Hey guys, so let me tell you about my day today. I woke up early. I woke up at 6 o'clock, and for me, that is the most ideal time to wake up. My kids need to be in school by 7:30, 7:45, and I don't like to do anything rushed. I'm the kind of person that I don't like to get stressed. And I know what you're gonna say. It's important to be realistic, and it's unavoidable to be stressed in the world that we live in nowadays. I don't necessarily agree. I believe that we are the masters of our time and we are the masters of ourselves, and we ultimately decide what happens to our lives. The stress happens to our lives because we allow to be in an environment that is stressful. We allow ourselves to react in a way where we get stressed, or we just simply feel the need to emotionally express when sometimes we can actually just keep it in and try to be stronger and challenge ourselves, push ourselves to be better. And so I woke up early because I feel I'm able to achieve a lot more things. I walked slowly down, made myself coffee, and I like having that time for myself, which is so rare nowadays. My husband is out of town, so I had the downstairs area of the house completely to myself. I made myself coffee. I wasn't rushing. I'm always listening with one ear to see if the boys are waking up. And when they're not, I am honestly happy because it allows me to have time to be just with myself. And it's so important as a person, it's so important as a mother, it's so important as a wife to have a minute to just be and to just breathe because you are able to give yourself better to other people rather than when it's an incessant amount of activities, right? So I made myself coffee and I'm slowly pulling the things out of the fridge, pulling things out of the cupboard of what I'm going to prepare for my kids' lunchbox. And I like to do things in a very organized, methodical way. I feel that is where I get my sanity from the most. And so I like to lay out my children's bento boxes in this perfect line. Atticus's lunch kit, Balthazar's lunch kit, Amara's lunch kit. And each child has their own preference, and I keep that in mind. I've already thought about it. One of the tips that I am sharing in my stories today actually is preparing the menu on the weekend for the week that's coming so that you are better organized. You're not rushing, you're not forgetting anything, you don't feel frantic. I think one of the worst things that you can be is a frantic parent. One of the things that we are doing a disservice when it comes to our children and to ourselves is working in a frazzled manner. I think the better organized you are, you set a day when you organize it. You don't even need the whole day. You just need an hour to sit down, write something on a piece of paper, put it on top of the fridge with a magnet or tape, and you're good for the week. You have an idea what you need to shop for, what your budget is, what the kids like, and what you want to prepare for them. If they made comments the week before, oh mom, I didn't really like that ham and cheese with mayonnaise, I just wanted ham and cheese, all of these little things kind of help you refine yourself as the person preparing the lunchbox of your kids. And so I'm preparing the food, I'm heating up things if I need to, I'm preparing sandwiches, I'm preparing fruit. It's also a great way to integrate a healthy diet in your children's lives. I feel like the earlier you start with showing children what are the good things to eat, having a well balanced diet, having enough nutrition, having enough hydration, the earlier you start your children with that, the more it becomes normal, the more it becomes a habit for them. And so my husband and I are always trying to integrate that in our lives. And my husband has played such a big role in opening my eyes to the things that are even better for your body when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to food. And so we really try to practice that starting with our kids and try to be a good example at the same time. And so I prepare the lunch. By the time I'm prepared with everything, I set them down beside the school bag so that they're always in the same place every single day. And the kids inevitably have this habit that's formed in their minds that we prepare the bags in the evening, they get their bags and lunch boxes in the same place, and it builds a routine. And believe it or not, kids love a routine, and routine always helps make life easier for your kids and for yourself as well. And so everything's ready. I've prepared simple breakfast, simple being the operative word. We're not going to make Japanese pancakes in the morning. Although, when there is time, I really quickly whip it out. Um, I go upstairs and then I wake the kids gently. And then after I wake them up, they take a shower, we talk, they brush their teeth, I brush their hair. It becomes a beautiful moment where you're not rushing because everything else is done. All of the things are prepared and you just have to focus on the kids. And I find as a parent of four, as a parent that's had a lot of experience with kids of different ages from then until now, it is so important that you compartmentalize the task. So if you're preparing dinner, they're beside you, or they're playing, or they're watching their favorite movie, or they're drawing. There's this interaction between you guys that you're all in close proximity, but you're still able to do the things that you have to do. Then when you're able to do the important adult tasks like organizing the food, organizing the uniforms, being able to spend one-on-one time with them, even if it's just 2 to 3 minutes a day, it's so important for the kids' well-being, for their self-esteem, for your relationship with your children, and for them to just reinstate and kind of solidify those thoughts that are very um, productive for children, things that are good for their emotions, things that are good for their mind, things that are good for their soul. And so we're done getting ready. We go down slowly and they have breakfast. And then everything is timed from the moment I wake up to the time we leave the house with a lot of alarms. I set up multiple alarms to help me wake up. 5 minutes after that alarm goes off, it just kind of nudges me again just to make sure that I'm really, really awake. I quickly put on something that I just wear the same clothes more or less. Most of the clothes I wear are black and neutral. So it's so easy for me to just kind of put things together. I like going to the school of my kids. Um, well groomed and well dressed. I don't have to wear anything designer, but I wear something that's school appropriate. I wear something that's easy for me to move, easy for me to wear, easy for me to choose, but something that doesn't make me look like I'm wearing joggers and messy hair first thing in the morning. I feel like the way I present myself speaks a lot to other people, especially how I present myself in the school of my kids when they go there and how their mom looks like, the person that's bringing them to school. It represents our family, it represents our values, and just overall, it represents me and of course, my kids. And so I'm wearing my stuff, they're wearing their stuff. We quickly go out and the last alarm and go into the car. We're not rushing, there's no screaming, there's no fighting. We put on everybody's shoes and then we go. So we're driving, we're talking in the car, we're listening to music in the background. Most of the time, everybody gets a turn to choose their songs, including me. It's very important when you're spending time with your children that you share with them the things that you like, but more importantly, that when everybody gets a turn, so do you. So does the mom, so does the dad. They see good interaction with you and your partner. Um, it's important for children to understand the universe doesn't revolve around them. And this is one minute but important way for them to feel it. Everybody gets a turn. We give you a chance to do the things that you like. We give you the space to be who you are and do the things that you want. It's super important. We're driving in the car, we're talking, and sometimes there's going to be an argument in the back. We go through traffic, and at the same time, you are also inevitably and um, uh, showing your children how you react with traffic, how you react with everyday situations, like when there's a driver that's suddenly coming in the corner, when the traffic is bad, all of your reactions and how you respond plays such a big role in how they respond later on. It plays such a big role in how they grow up, how they view you, how they view what is supposed to be based on the example that you set, because inevitably you are the first adult that they encounter and they base a lot of that on you, their reactions, their behavior. And so we get to school. I hug my boys one by one and I give them a kiss. Whenever they have a project or a test, I wish them luck and I remind them that they're my champions. I say it in Spanish to them, who is my champion? And they always answer me. So we have a good start, a good progress, a good procedure, a good method of going there, a good time together, and we say goodbye nicely. And that way, everybody starts their day well. And so I wanted to share with you how I start my day, how I manage my children and my family in the morning, and how all of these little important moments mean something to them in their behavior, in their mood, how they go about their day, how they start their day, how they view themselves, how they view people in the world, and ultimately, these are the tools that help them in life later on. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, send me a DM. If you have any requests, if you have any questions, just message me and I'm going to have the links down of the show notes how you can contact me. In the meantime, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. And it doesn't matter Whether you do things perfect or not, what matters is you try, what matters is your intention, and the fact that you want to be a better parent. Don't forget as well that you are number one and you cannot give what you don't have. And so you take care of yourself so that you are right started with yourself. Have an amazing day. Thank you for being part of the conversation and being part of Purposeful with me.